Welcome everyone, this is your host Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. First of all, this channel is proudly partnered with the What the Funk shop. Please check out their store for all sorts of products. They have dice, miniatures, game master screens, home decorations, and many other things. You will find a link in the description and in the pinned comment. And make sure that you use my code for a special discount. Welcome to this part of my review series featuring Knight, Libro Básico, or the core rulebook. Remember that Knight is also available in English. This is a dark sci-fi tabletop RPG where King Arthur and his knights make their return against the forces of Anathema, the darkness. If you haven't seen the other parts of this review series, please check out the playlist in the description below. This time we are going to talk about the Knight organization in current times. The first Knight model, that is the armor that was worn by someone else who was not King Arthur, was by the name of Warrior. That is, the armor type itself is called the Warrior. This model of armor was designed by Merlin by the end of 2036. Knights started to receive thousands of candidates, but only a very few had the willpower, the strength to make the neural connection with these suits of armor that required not only strength of character, but also a pursuit of virtue, honor, and of course, personal strength. There were 300 people around that time that were already fielded wearing these powerful suits of knight armor. So in order to solve this issue, because by the end of 2036 there were too many candidates, King Arthur decided to only accept those that have distinguished themselves without the armor. Any sort of heroic deed, either related to combat or outside of combat, those that showed a spirit of protecting others, defending them from the forces of darkness, only they were accepted, and from those, only a very few actually made it and were worthy of using the knight armor. The knights were the envy of many people because of their code of honor. They became an order of knights, and many consider them to be like some sort of gimmick, but they're actually a true order of knights, following exactly what King Arthur and his knights, when it comes to the archetypes they represented, following their virtuous path. King Arthur and Merlin realized that, as explained in previous parts of this review series, art pieces, paintings, sculptures from the old world probably were the relics that kept the anathema, the darkness, at bay. So many knights were sent all across the world to retrieve such objects, even texts, ancient sacred manuscripts. And they started to spread about these art pieces, not only through Camelot itself, but also through various other arcs or domed cities. And they realized that they actually kept the darkness at bay, but they did not defeat the darkness. That was up to the knights to take the battle to the foe. And now that it's 2037, there are about 1,000 of knights active on the field, and 15,000 people working for Camelot. Merlin works tirelessly to create new meta armors, stronger, faster, harder, more manageable. And Arthur is directing things on the field, strategizing, fighting the war against darkness, alongside his trusted lieutenants, Gawain, Kay, Lancelot, Bors, Bedivere, just like the Knights of the Round Table of old. And this concludes this part of the review. Oh, by the way, there is also a chronology in this section detailing all of the important events. So this is pretty handy. What is not handy is that there are some sections in this book that do not have hyperlinks and no bookmarks. But regardless, in the next part, we are going to talk about the world in current times within the setting of night. I think this is an awesome organization that is the Night Order is an awesome organization for those sci-fi dark times. They are the last stand against the encroaching darkness. They are not the only ones doing their part, but they are certainly the tip of the spear, or the lance rather. Thank you for watching this part of the review. Don't forget to leave a like, comment and subscribe. And thank you so much to those of you that are going the extra mile to support the channel. If anyone else wishes to further support the channel, consider joining as a member using the super thanks button. Take a look at the information in the description, the pinned comment. This has been your host, Abraham L. Jaguar, a professional game master. Excuse me. And remember, in tabletop role-playing games, you are not having a conversation about your characters. You are experiencing the game world as your characters. Once again, thank you and see you later.